Welcome back to this Comic Corner Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 673 and Doubleshot number 577. Two more books, and like I said in the last episode, this first book is a monster of a book, and I'm about to show you what it is. Ooh, look at this big ass book. This is the Avengers vs. X-Men Companion. This contains all the tie-ins for Avengers vs. X-Men. Okay, this book contains Avengers Academy, number 29 to 33, Secret Avengers, number 26-28, Avengers, volume 4, issues 25 to 30, New Avengers, volume 2, issues 24 to 30, X-Men Legacy 26 to 270, Wolverine the X-Men 9 to 16 18, Uncanny X-Men 11 to 20, AVX 1 through 5, AVX Consequences 1 through 5, and A-Babies versus X-Babies. The ones I have reviewed so far in here is I reviewed the X-Men Legacy tie-in, Wolverine the X-Men tie-in, and Uncanny X-Men tie-in, and I reviewed AVX Consequences. I reviewed all that, and I don't think I reviewed A-Babies. No, I think I have. I think I've also reviewed... No, actually, I've not reviewed. Now, as for Avengers Academy. Now, in the case of this, the first half, the way the order of this particular... And by the way, I got this for $20. And the original cover price thing was $100. I'm not kidding. It's $99.99. $99.99. Yep, it's a really, really thick book. Okay. These are the order of the issues in here. They put these all in chronological order. I think when they were placed, I'm not really sure. Okay, here's how it works. Uncanny X-Men, Volume 2, number 11. New Avengers, Volume 2, 24-27. Uncanny X-Men. Wolverine X-Men, 9-11. Avengers Academy, 20-31. X-Men Legacy 260-267, Secret Avengers 26-28, Avengers Volume 4 issues 25 to 27, Uncanny X-Men number 12 through 17, New Avengers Volume 2 issues 20-29, Avengers Volume 4 28, Avengers Academy 32 to 33, X-Men Legacy 260-270, Wolverine X number 12, Avengers Volume 4 issue 29. Wolverine the X-Men 13 to 16, Uncanny X-Men Volume 2 and 18, Wolverine 18, Wolverine X-Men 18, Avengers Volume 2 number 30, New Avengers Volume 2 number 30, Uncanny X-Men number 20, Volume 2 number 20, AVX Consequences 1 through 5, and A-Babies versus X-Babies number 1. Now, New Avengers and Avengers, that's all done by Michael Bendis. New Avengers... from what I can tell, the first 4 issues are done by Mike Deodato. He does the artwork for those issues. Yeah, he does pretty much from what I can tell, yeah, he does all the artwork. Bendis actually doesn't do New Avengers number 30, but he does do from issues 24 to 29. The Avengers issues, and this is a surprise. The Avengers issues are done by Walt Simonson. Yeah, a fantastic artist. A living legend this guy is. And this guy has been doing artwork and writing since since the early 80s. Yep. Karen Gillan does all the Uncanny X-Men issues with, let's see. I'm trying to see here. I think, yeah, the first 2 issues are drawn by Greg Land. The third issue is done by Billy Tan. Let's see. Yeah. 14 is done by Dustin Weaver. 15 and 17 is done by Mike Deodato, Mike Del Mundo, and Daniel Kuna. Both fantastic artists in their own right. 18 is done by Ron Gurney. And that's just 18. Let's see. Where's 19 on here? Yeah, 19. I'm not saying 19, which is weird. 20 is done by Carlos Paccio. Yep. Let's see. Wolverine the X-Men is mostly done by, all the issues written by Jason Aaron, with artwork by Chris Bachalo, Nick Bradshaw. Let's see. Chris Bachalo again, Nick Bradshaw, Joe Morlia, and that's it. Those are the artists for Wolverine the X-Men. Avengers Academy, it is well, all the issues are by Crystal Gage. Crystal Gage also does X-Men Legacy as well. The Avengers Academy issues, the first few issues in here, are done by Tom Gurmett. The last 2 issues in here are done by Timothy Green II. The Secret Avengers issues, by the way, they threw all 3 in here at once, written by Rick Remender and artwork by Rento Gudos. The X-Men Legacy issues are first done by Rafa Salvador, and then the last few were done by David Bolden. Yeah, A-Babies versus X-Babies done by Scotty Young. Yeah, he's the writer for those issues. Karen Gillian writes AVX Consequences and Kenny X-Men. Yeah, with several different artists. Like every issue of AVX Consequences done by different artists. First issue, Tom Rooney. Second issue, Steve Kurth. Third, Scott Eden. 4, Mark Brooks. Also is the inker for the book. 5 is done by Gabriel Hernandez Volta. Yep. Now, the one thing nice, let's set this right here. One thing nice about some of these issues, like the Avengers Academy issues, are just, well, dealing with the aftermath, what happened in the opening, like, first couple issues of the series, where the kids that stayed with Scott's side when Schism happened, yeah, when the Schism happened, they stayed behind, and they were dropped Avengers Academy, and also they fought Special. So it was a really good set of issues. And in the second half, also they threw in Hercules when he became a substitute teacher. Where you open up the first issue, and it's Hercules in the nude. Yep, Hercules is butt naked. Not kidding about that. He's butt-ass naked. No idea why. Just that he decided to do it because he just loves showing off his rear end and show off his... I'm sure the female students love seeing him in the nude, but the guys probably couldn't stand it at all. And Tiger had been the one to tell Hercules, put your pants back on. It's so hilarious. And the last couple issues, it's just Emma Frost, who at that point was had one of the parts. The Phoenix Force inside of her decided to try to destroy Justin Sentinel. The character Justin's from the series Sentinel. It's a 2-volume series. I think it was a short-lived series that lasted for a dozen issues. And then after the series ended, Marvel didn't really know what to do with him. So I guess Crystal Gage just picked the character up in his Sentinel and put it in the Avengers Academy, where he was there pretty much the whole series. Though his Sentinel got destroyed, it was later rebuilt. And then, like in the last issue, the school was briefly closed for a few issues and then reopened for the last few issues of the series. This is something I did not understand when it comes to a particular series. Why in the world would this great series end? Yeah, Avengers Academy was a great series. Just too bad it ended. Yep. Yeah, it was a fantastic title. Secret Avengers. The thing with this one is they'll kind of lose at times what happens in Avengers, where Captain Marvel comes back. This is the original Captain Marvel, Marvel. Yeah, he's resurrected for the second time. This time by the Phoenix Force bringing him back. And thanks to this 3-parter, this is kind of what you can kind of say is the 3-part backdoor pilot to the Captain Marvel ongoing series with Carol Danvers as the start of it. Yeah, and because of this 3-parter, she became Captain Marvel, and she's been Captain Marvel now for 6 years. And now they ended her recent ongoing series, replaced it with a mini-series called The Life of Captain Marvel, which I'm looking forward to reading when it comes out. I don't know if the first issue's out yet. But it was a great set of issues, and had Thor and a few other characters briefly join Secret Avengers for this one mission, where they go to space to fight the Kree, which was great. The Avengers issues, a lot of which is a little standalone-ish, like one issue have it where the Avengers were briefly held captive by, I don't remember if it was the New Avengers, I think it might have been New Avengers, where Hawkeye, Spider-Woman, and Luke Cage briefly held captive by the Avengers. They think to break up, but nope, it's all in their head. Yep. There's even an issue where Cap tries to bring in the Illuminati back together. Namor at this point was still possessed by the Phoenix Force. That went nowhere. They had a couple issues in here which show off a new Iron Fist. I kind of forgot about. Now, I knew about this story. I thought this character was supposed to replace Iron Fist. No, this is actually one of Iron Fist's predecessors as Iron Fist. This was a red-haired woman who had connections to Phoenix Force, and she became the new Iron Fist. She's actually the only known female Iron Fist that I can think of. And Plus, I love Spider-Man gets a chance to actually have an exchange of dialogue with Hope Summers. I think that's great on Bendis' part, even though technically he didn't create Hope Summers. No, he did not create Hope Summers. Hope Summers was created by, I think it was Brubaker who created her. Yeah, I think it was Ed Brubaker who created her, who was actually one of the writers of AVX. Yep. But I love the advice that he gives her, and the whole big thing with AVX is her character development, is her coming back to the past. And yes, this briefly does happen in the main event. And those of you curious, though, about AVX, that miniseries, that's not in this trade. That's the only time that's not in here because that's in the main series. Of course, that kind of expands upon several fights that happen in the main series. There was one fight I really wanted to see in this series, and too bad this never happened. And that was, well, this was a fight because they're having various different heroes fight each other. There was one fight I really wanted to see happen, but too bad this could never happen. Because they had, I think it was, they had Namor fight the Thing again, which, not the first. There was one fight I really wanted to see, and that was Red Hulk versus Colossus. That would have been interesting to see. Yep. And that's really it for the Avengers stuff. A-Babies versus X-Babies, it's just, well, a group of babies who basically beat the crap out of each other, AVX style, and destroy a town. Yeah, it's a one-off issue. Doesn't really matter for this thing. They also mentioned Tub Rosa in here. Yeah, Tub Rosa was something from the second story arc of Kieran Gillian's relaunch of King of the X-Men. Yeah. After this particular event, Tub Rosa, as far as I know, was never mentioned again. Yeah, Tub Rosa was this environment in the middle of U.S. where it was basically an artificial environment created there, and the X-Men were investigated. Not much came of it, but it was something that was featured here. But after this event, that area was never seen in the Marvel Universe ever again. Nope. Never was. But this was a fantastic event. Issue 24 was both Jessica Jones and Storm both leaving the Avengers. Now, with New Avengers, Jessica Jones left because she was receiving death threats from Norman Osborn, though he's back in jail at this point. Storm left because she didn't want to turn. She didn't want to fight her friends. Though, of course, the X-Men want nothing to do with Cyclops anyways. But these tie-ins are really, really good. I love the Avengers ones. They're really good. The X-Men ones are pretty decent, though it's just mostly expanding upon what's happening in the main series. In the case of X-Men Legacy, the way Christos Gage wrote that, he wrote that as sort of something that took place during the events of War in the X-Men. It just had something happen at the X-Student because, well, it's also when the thing ended. If you wonder what happened after 270, Rogue got sent to another planet for a few issues, and then she came back and had a thing with Magneto for a couple issues. Yeah, for some reason, I think this was Christos Gage set this up. No, I think it was Christos Gage and Mike Carey set this up where Rogue got in a relationship with Magneto. And yes, they had sex. Not kidding, they did. So yeah, what do I give these tie-ins? I give these a 9 out of 10. They're really, really good. The only reason I give it higher because AVX is just a controversial event that not a lot of people like very much. Though this was basically a turning point. Though these group of people did this fanfiction universe where this event never happened, along with Civil War 1. The Marvel has done a thing where they didn't have a Civil War 1 happen, but this, also in MC2 and I believe in the Renew Your Vows series, this event never happened. Yep. But this was a really good event. Next up is Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, The Miss Marvel Years, Volume 1. Collecting Giant Size Miss Marvel number 1, the Miss Marvel Special, and Miss Marvel Volume 2, issues 1 through 17. Yeah, most of these issues deal with stuff that happened with House of M. Yeah, and this takes up a good chunk of these issues, dealing with stuff with House of M, her facing up against Warren Traveler. I thought this guy was Judas Traveler by looking. I guess it traveled like, it says Judas Traveler. Now, it has been several years since I've read these issues, and it's like fresh new eyes of reading these issues. Heck, there's even a few issues at a time to Civil War 1. So yeah, another Civil War 1 review I'm doing. So basically, I've reviewed the original miniseries. Let's see, I've reviewed the New Avengers tie-in. I have reviewed that. Captain America, Iron Man, Winter Soldier, Winter Kills, and I reviewed Civil War X-Men. I think that's it. So yeah, now you can add Miss Marvel onto the list. And plus, also, she had the first few issues of her series have her fight the Brood. Yep, the Brood. And I'm kind of like, she's calling the Avengers. Apparently, they're busy. Like, the Brood are attacking. Basically, get off your... Like, I get maybe why Captain America's busy. But what about the rest of the Avengers? You could call Iron Man. You could call anybody, but nope. Try to call them. Oh, yeah, and apparently... she refused to call Fantastic Four because she had a thing with Johnny Storm in a weekend in Vegas. Yeah, I thought it was so funny. Oh yeah, she even briefly gets her binary powers back. Yeah, one thing I thought was really cool about this particular run is the character Rena, who later became the 616 version of Spider-Girl, became Captain Marvel's, became Carol Danvers' sidekick for a good couple years. Yeah, this was like this up until Secret Invasion. Yep. Now the issue is written by Brian Reed. Artwork is by Roberto da La Ruta, Mike Warjo, Patrick Zurcher, Aaron Lipsy, and Gasaba Kamakali. All really great artwork. Oh yeah, she even fights an evil version of herself, and also Rogue shows up in here. And because, well, she kind of starts this fight between her and the evil version of herself. Yeah, what's Carol do? Kicks her in the back, kicks her in the gut. It's like, you started this is all your fault. Which kind of makes sense, she kind of did. And I'm kind of thinking, where did Rogue get her energy powers from? Because I don't remember her having powers like that. Especially at this point in time. But yeah, this was just really, really good. Highly recommended people are fans of Carol Danvers. Even though, yes, there's dealing with her, there's mention of her when she was an alcoholic. That's referenced in here. She got some mild head problems, but it's not as big as it was during Kelly Sue Honic's run. I give this 9.5 out of 10. Really good. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, which is going to be going over the final 2 trades of Grayson. Okay? Want to see you there. Bye.